Hi friends, I wanted to come on and show you a little art project that I did. It's a art journaling experience, if you will. And I thought this might be something, especially right now, that a lot of people would find useful. So I just wanted to walk you through what I did and how you can do something similar to transform your fears into something of beauty. So this is my final finished project, and yours probably won't look very similar. It's really about the idea, not what you make. So I started with just a single piece of paper. Choose something that you're gonna do a variety of mediums on this, and it really depends on what your mediums that you have already and that you're comfortable with are. But you want something that will hold up to a lot that you can add a variety of paint or ink or whatever you have. If you just have markers at home, that's fine too. So you're going to start with your sheet of paper and you're going to write down your fears. I want you to write your fears, your anxieties, your worries, maybe your anger. Sometimes anger is really a form of fear. I just want you to get it all out. I think when I started, I maybe kind of did a pattern and played with, putting words here and there and different things. You can write it in kind of a traditional style. You can draw it if you like. You can just kind of splatter your words all over, whatever it takes to get your emotions out on this paper. So that's what I want you to start with. It's just, what are those fears and those concerns that you have right now? Everything that's pent up. And you may find as you start exploring them and writing them, or maybe drawing them if that's easier for you, that they start to flow a little more freely. And this exercise is really, it's two things. One, it's just to allow you to get that out onto paper. And it's also, there's this thing with fear that when you bring it from the dark and the shadow and into the light and you look at it, it removes a lot of its power. And so that's really what we're doing, is it's that opportunity for you to explore it and to remove its power. And from there, once you have those all over this, I want you to transform it. This piece is all about transformation. So what I personally did, I went from this piece of paper and I used a grocery bag. And at the time, I think I was thinking maybe it would be a mini album. It does have the ability to put something inside of it. I thought maybe it'd be the cover and have like a flap here, other pages, and that never really transformed with it, or that never transpired. But I did glue it onto the cover here. And I think for me, there was just this sense of feeling that there needed to be a pocket, an openness, a opportunity for good or new, or something in what I was creating had this potential still. And so I've never completed it, but I actually don't have this sense of it is incomplete. For me, this piece just kind of stands on its own. Although it's a form of art journal, it's not in a journal. For me, this piece, part of it is it represents that there's still that opportunity for more. And I personally started with a butterfly. when I was doing this, it was, I actually created this piece, oh gosh, probably like 5 or more years ago. And it was a time in my life where I felt like I just had a lot of fear and there was a lot of unknown. But I felt this deep need for that to be transformed. And, you know, the butterfly is really symbolic in transformation. And if you can see, there's multiple layers here. I started with just cutting layers and gluing them on top. I think I had painted the whole thing white maybe before I did that. And so I started with those, and then these are just little pieces that I just kind of cut up mosaic-like and glued all over. And then I painted the whole thing, and it says be transformed down here. Your final product, this is not something that I expect you to go make a butterfly with this same thing, but rather to take this process of writing your fears and your anxiety or anger or whatever emotions that come out and allowing yourself to transform them into beauty. And so you may paint over top, you may ink it, you know, there's other types of ink and product, and it really, you could even, you know, you could color with markers over top. It really depends on what mediums you have and what you're comfortable with and what shape it takes. You know, I encourage you to crumple it up or rip it or cut it, and it may end up in shapes. You could end up with mosaics. You know, if you've seen the beautiful mosaics that people make out of broken china, it could be the same idea, but this is with those pieces and what shape it transforms into. You know, for me, that was a butterfly, but to you, that may take some totally different symbol. And I just encourage you to use this as a process, especially at this time right now. I just feel like there are so many people that could really use this. But you know what? It's not something that's just right now. There are a lot of times in our life where fear and anger and anxiety just overwhelm us and cause us to stagnate and prevent us from going forward in other ways. And I know that this is a challenging time for people, but I truly believe it is a time of opportunity for creativity. It's a time that we can learn what else we're capable of and what we can do with what we are given. And so I just wanted to encourage you to take this time and try to create your own transformative piece. If you create something and you're comfortable sharing it, I would love to see it. Let me know. You know, you can message me or put a comment down below. And if you liked this, please go ahead and like my video, leave me a comment, and I'd love for you to subscribe. So I hope this was helpful for you. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks.